Thank you for tuning into my channel. It's WIP It Wednesday for Wednesday, September 29th, 2021. So if you want to see what I've been working on this week, please stay tuned. The WIP It Wednesday video, I want to just give you a quick thank you and a quick update on the all the way to 10K subscribers that we're working towards. At this point, there are 8,331 subscribers to my channel. I am so thankful and grateful for each one of you. My goal is to make it to 10,000 subscribers by next July 31st, 2022. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. My picture, I think, is right there in the video. So if you click that, that's your subscribe link. Thank you in advance for your support. I'm so grateful for all you do for my channel. I am really happy to share what I've been working on this week and what I've gotten accomplished. And I have a couple of new goals that I've set up for next week. So we're going to start with the finishes first. This is one of the finishes, my jewelry box quilt top. If you've been following my channel, this is a quilt along that has been going on for the past 5 weeks. And it started with choosing the fabrics and then getting everything cut and then starting to sew everything together, like sew the blocks. Then I sewed the rows, and then earlier this week, actually last night, the video was released where we made some magic, where we turned this block or turned this quilt on point. So in this quilt, as you can see, it's neutrals and blues and a little bit of green. And I added a background strip as an inner border, and then I added another fabric as the outer border. There's one thing that I want to show you on this quilt, Cameron, if we can zoom in on the border here. It is directional. So I have all of the border fabric is actually owls, and so you can see, hopefully you can see the owls here. They're right side up across the top and the bottom. And then what I decided to do on the side was to cut the fabric a little differently so that they still stayed right side up. And I'm really happy with it. I know on camera and really even in person, you can't see it unless you're right up on it. But to me, it makes a big difference in the way that the quilt turned out. I auditioned several fabrics for these borders, but I decided to go with this one because it neutralized all of the blocks and made it calming and soothing. Okay, so hopefully you will check out the jewelry box quilt, the quilt along, and make this quilt. I'd love to see it if you decide to make it. And I'll link the videos in the description box and in the iCard so you can go back and check it out. Now with the jewelry box quilt, I was using some 2.5-inch strips. And with the leftover blue strips, I was able to make the binding. And if you follow my channel, you know I like to make the binding as soon as I'm done with the quilt top. I don't want to be fooling with that after the quilt is quilted. So the binding is already done, which means I can take this down and get it ready for the next step, which will be choosing the backing fabric. And to be honest, I don't know when that's going to be. So I'm still happy just to have it done. To me, it turned out great, and it is a beautiful quilt top. Okay, now for the other thing that I've been working on, since I've been doing a lot of piecing, I've been able to get some work done on my strips. And this is the my foundation strips. This is leftover Pellon paper from the interfacing that I use for my bears and t-shirt quilts. And what I've done is I've taken this paper that's about 5 inches wide, and I'm making a just a foundation scrappy strip piece thing. And so each week, whenever I do piecing, I use this as my leader ender. And I started this week here on this plaid fabric, and I've added all of these fabrics to it just as a result of working on this quilt. Basically, I've been able to add this many pieces to it, and the The whole piece is probably, let's see, this long, so 36 inches maybe. No, wrong. 72 inches maybe, I don't know. And I will hopefully get it done. I have other strings or other foundations already done, and this is just a leader ender. It's nothing pressing that I'm trying to get done right away. Now I have a couple of upcoming projects that I want to work on, and I just want to mention them right quick. One of the things that I want to work on for the 10th of the month, we are doing the Starlight Star Bright quilt along, and each month there is going to be a block. I'll also link the introduction video for this quilt along in the description box. And what I need to do this week, this upcoming week, is go ahead and make a practice block. So I'm going to make a practice block. I think that I have the colors in my head that I want to use. I'm going to wait and share them later, but I think that I'm going to do basically 2 quilt tops. I'm going to do one out of a different color combination, and then the ones that I'm going to do for the videos are going to be in the blues. Okay, so this is on my list of things to do for next week to get this done, because I do want to make a printable, or not a printable, but I want to make a download, and downloads are challenging to make. So I feel like if I give myself a head start, then I can go ahead and get it done. Okay, so this is on the list. Another thing that's on the list is I've been making some teddy bears, but somebody recently asked me about a fox, and I'm interested in trying a fox. I found a pattern on Etsy, and I'll link the pattern in the description box, but you can see the little fox here. It's called Fifi Fox, and it's from the Funky Friends Factory on Etsy. That's the name of her shop. And according to this, she has a Facebook and she has a toy making blog. So you can check out her Etsy shop, and maybe her blog, and maybe her Facebook. And so this is the little fox that I want to make. I have already cut out all the pieces here. And what I'm going to do is make a sample fox to show it to the person who asked me about it, to make sure that they like it. And I'm going to use leftover shirt fabric that I have. That's what I'm going to use to make this fox. And hopefully it'll be done in the next week or 2, or closer to 2 weeks, and I can share it with you on the channel. Again, check out the Funky Friends Factory on Etsy. There's another pattern that I was looking at, and I may share it with you another time, but as I read that other pattern, it seemed to be more complicated than this one, so I want to give this one a shot and see if I like it. So that is what is coming up for me. I also have the commission quilt that I'm going to start really soon, because now that binding is done, I can go on to something else, and that is going to be that commission quilt. So I'm excited to share that with you as well. Let me know in the comments what you're working on, what you're excited about. I love to hear about, read about what you are doing and how we're all creating together. If you have any questions about what you've seen in the video, leave them in the comments below. Thumbs up this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!